Ivanka Trump appealed a New York court appeal, while appealing order of a judge to testify in the case next week. While he asked his family and business empire pause hearing $250 million. The entire hearing request came at the tail end of a Thursday court, claiming that Ivanka Trump would face extreme challenges if he had to testify partially in the middle of a school week. The New York Chief Public Prosecutor Letitia James urged the Court of Appeal to reject this request, called hard and unfounded movement that would increase an ongoing hearing. Ivanka Trump's New York Supreme Court's Appeal Department of Appeal. While applying for appeal, he asked the testimony to remain temporarily. On Wednesday, his lawyer Manhattan Supreme Court Judge Arthur Engoron's order refused his offer to avoid the witness stand reported that he had objected each part. Currently, his father, former President Donald Trump, is expected to start witnessing next Wednesday. All three of Ivanka's family members, including tax advantages and better credit conditions, to obtain various financial advantages. Trump SR.called. Ivanka Trump was initially listed as a common defendant, but earlier this year was removed by New York court on the grounds of restriction regulation. James.He described him as Vice President of Development in Trump Organization until the beginning of January 2017, when his father was a senior advisor in White House. Eric and Trump Jr. took over the Trump Organization after their father became president. Ivanka's lawyer, who applied to appeal court on Thursday, argued that Engoron Court was beyond jurisdiction and made a more than one mistake when he refused to break court's subpoena for testimony of Judge. Lawyer Bennett Moskowitz said that the court did not have personal jurisdiction on Ivanka and lived in Florida, not New York. He also argued that courts were served in an inappropriate way, and if the Court of Appeal would testify before thinking about challenge of Engoron, he would experience irreparable injury. Mrs. Trump, who lives in Florida with her 3 young children, rejected, and if accommodation is rejected in the midst of a school week. If you need to testify at the hearing New York, it will have difficulty situation where it already. Moskowitz was dismissed before appeal. James later returned to a court on Thursday and described the allegations of the lack of jurisdiction as completely unfair. Mrs. Trump's arguments. Relevant. First-hand witnesses in the case primary actor can be called to testify, said. Ivanka Trump has first information about issues at center ongoing hearing. James.He can and approaches completion of OAG's case at beginning his case. James added it is not a serious harm that requires Ms. Trump relieve and emergency relaxation to verify the need for trial for just one day. Give the correct testify.